Well, Good Friday afternoon here at Backyard Brian, and I'm kind of up in the office of Bear Creek U, and I got a couple extra people with me today. And one of them I want to introduce is Jeff McManus. Here, he's up from the deep south from Ole Miss, and he's visiting here just a little bit today. But he's been working with us for a while, and so anyway, and obviously my lovely wife Victoria is here today. But anyway, I want to have them kind of talk a little bit about something we've been working on. Maybe we'll start, Jeff, if you can give us a little bit of background on yourself.
Yeah.
And then, Victoria, maybe you start on how we kind of made the connection and then what we're working on now.
So I get to do a lot of fun things. One of the things I do is work at Ole Miss campus. I'm the director of landscaping, airport, and golf services. And then I have a nighttime job as well, and I wrote a book called Growing Weeders into Leaders, and I do a lot of consulting with great companies like these guys have, and so we've connected through Mastermind Group and just have been working together on doing some pretty cool things here with you guys.
Yeah. I think I don't know how long it's been. It's been 2 years or so.
Yeah.
And I got to know Jeff, like you said, through a mastermind that we're a part of, and picked up your book and took it to the beach and was reading it, and then he stole it from me and started reading it, and I'm like, well, I had to wait to get it back. But a lot of the stuff that Jeff was talking about in his book, it just resonated with us, as we're running this company and we have team members and stuff, and so we started picking his brain and said, okay, help us, can you help us kind of formulate something for our team? So
yeah. I think somewhere between the Outer Banks and back here, as she's driving and I'm reading the book, I asked her, I was like, does he help people do this? I was like, this is what we need help with. So maybe talk a little bit about what we've been doing over the last 10 months now. So
we've been getting together with Jeff really actually online. We're just so thrilled that he was near the area and was able to drop down and see us and stuff. But I guess for the last year or so, we have been working to develop what we call Bear Creek U. And really, in the simple version of it, it is a training program for our team members. So as soon as someone is hired with us, they're on a training track to be able to, know how to acclimate here to our company and to our culture, and how to get the training they need to just excel personally and professionally on the job. And so that's kind of the nutshell of it. Jeff can give probably even more of an overview.
As a business is growing, you need systems, and systems that work, that you feel comfortable with. And that's what we were able to do. Is you had the answers in your head, but I helped you get them out and get them in place so that now you can delegate that to someone else, and that you feel comfortable that the things are getting done that are important.
Yeah.
Those core values that you all live by, those are being implemented into Bear Creek University as well. So this is custom made for you all. How hard has it been to do? Because you guys have been doing a lot of work. I mean, you're busy, you're doing a lot of construction, and a lot of people go, well, that sounds good, but I don't have time to do it. How did you guys able to pull it off?
Yeah.
We knew that we would have to give you Chick-fil-A gift cards if we didn't.
It's a great motivator.
So Jeff implemented some accountability around here that we had to abide by. But yeah, that kind of and you gave us kind of a framework as to what to do. I think we didn't really know where to start. I mean, we knew that we wanted to help train and develop our people, but we didn't really know where to start. In our industry, particularly carpenters, are just very hard to come by, and there's a huge opportunity for people that want to learn that skill. The last couple of weeks I've been interviewing some of our team members, and so some of you guys have seen those interviews, but trying to figure out, like, okay, how do we actually teach that and help people learn those skills that create an opportunity for them and their families. So, but you kind of kept us to the grindstone. So that's
but broke it down into manageable nuggets, so we didn't work on it all at once. We broke down, okay, this is the first level, we work on that class, and we just started typing that up and brainstorming with our team and getting the input from the guys, which was so helpful. It wasn't just something that Brian and I were just like, here you go, this is what we're doing. It was great to get their input and stuff, and so it's been amazing to see it flesh out, and also now we have a couple levels of this, and it works. We've hired a few since then and have started running them through that training track, and it's been good. It's been really good.
You guys have been great at doing it. You've actually done the steps, and that's what you got to do. And you made it your program.
Yeah.
It's custom made for you.
Yeah.
How much time has it given you? Has it helped you guys with getting you more time?
Yeah, I would after the initial, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, certainly, and certainly if we do our work better and we get things right, then that saves time across the board. So
Yeah.
Well,
it certainly has.
And the other thing I think it helps is that it gets me and Brian out of the middle. So like if we happen to be out of town for a few days or whatever, our team can just run with it. So we bring somebody in new, they need to be onboarded to our process and get hired and all that stuff. They can do that, and so we're no longer the bottleneck,
Yeah.
which is nice, you know.
And that usually what happens in a business is the owner or the leader ends up becoming the bottleneck because they have the answers or the quality, you know, whatever it is. And so now you've delegated that, I know, to some of your top staff, and even that's even going further. They're delegating it, and more of your people are leaders,
Yeah.
right? And so because they're empowered with the standards and the quality you want to do.
Yeah, I mean, what we've got that we're starting to kind of implement and roll with is really a product of the whole team. I mean, there's no one person that gets credit for that, for sure.
Yeah.
But everyone has kind of had a piece in it, and you've helped us do that, because that's not something that I think we really knew how to do either, as to how to make sure that the whole team helps create this, instead of just, you know,
Right.
us sitting down in an office trying to figure out what we should put on a piece of paper. So
And it doesn't really work as well when you do it that latter way.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons I was excited about working with you all, is when I heard how you invested and how you wanted to invest in the people who work with you.
Right.
You looked at this as, we're doing this together.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't as if you were sitting up here in your office dictating down to the rank and file.
Yeah.
It was us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of folks that take this kind of program and run with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I know that,
Sorry.
that's okay. Around here we say, you know, we build stuff, but more importantly, we strive to build people. And that, I think, this has become the core of that for us, is how we really build our people and care for them well. You know, I think when we do that, it shows up in our work.
Absolutely.
So that's been cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're kind of in an environment where, you know, we've had to go through a lot of growth. I mean, I think our team has probably doubled in size since we started. And even though we don't have all this in place, it has definitely made that easier. And we know that over the next year or two, we're going to have to bring a lot more team members on. And so having a process to do that, it brings some comfort to having to navigate those waters. So
If you're constantly having to rethink or think about how I'm going to onboard these new people and get them into our culture, is that going to take up space in your mind?
for sure.
Okay, and is it going to keep you from growing in other areas?
Yeah.
And so that's one of the things I felt like we've been able to do together, is to free up a lot of your mind space.
Yeah.
Right.
That y'all can think about expansion, growth, and other opportunities, and not having to go back to the things that keep having to redo over or start over again. Or I wish I could get this done off
Right.
my plate.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and it keeps everybody on the same page, because, you know, we have a group that has started together and moved up together, but as new people are added, you know, they can get on the same page and
Quickly.
really quickly. You know, we're not afraid that we've missed something, because we've done it that way before too. And then we miss something, or somebody misses something, and it's
Well-
more chaos.
Well, Brian even told me on the way over here that some of the local high schools that he's talking to, that they really like the fact that y'all have Bear Creek University,
Right.
because as a student graduates from high school, they have a track.
Yeah.
And you all have
Right.
provided that track
Right.
for learning, growing, and developing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's been exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate, Jeff, all the help you've given us to give us some guidance along the way, and thank you for coming, making a trip from Virginia Beach this weekend
Yeah.
to come see us.
Yeah.
But,
Beautiful,
Absolutely.
beautiful town, beautiful company. Thank you for having me.
well, it's been good to
Absolutely.
have you.
Absolutely.
So, for all the rest of my friends out there, family members, you guys, I know I got a lot of friends that are in business in different areas, and hopefully maybe our kind of little informal discussion here has helped you with something. Certainly Jeff's available if you need help. You know, you can, if you can't track him down, you can reach out to me and I can point you in the right direction. But I think the key thing is that whatever your team is, whatever size, whatever role you're in, you know, make sure you're taking that effort to grow your team. And it takes intentional habits. It doesn't happen by accident. And as someone who has lived haphazardly a good chunk of his life, I'm slowly learning new ways of doing things. So anyway, but it's been great to have Jeff here, and appreciate Victoria kind of spearheading this initiative. over the last number of months. So anyway, all right, so everyone have a great weekend. Victoria and I are going to hike McAfee Knob, which we've never done before, but some of the pictures look really cool, so hopefully I'll get some pictures out there. But get out with your family, get with your friends, have a great weekend, build community, and we will see you next week.
Yeah.
Later.